Keep your mind happy. Write stuff down. Welcome back to Just Passing Through. If this is your first time here, relax and listen to something I consider to be important. It's about relaxing and meditating. I think it is important for a person to relax every once in a while. I don't mean drinking a whole lot of alcohol and passing out. I just think a few minutes sitting in a chair with a cup of coffee or tea beside you will help. Maybe some music on, or maybe no distractions. Promise yourself that you can sit still for 10 minutes. If you don't know where to start, take a deep breath, hold it, and then release it, unless you've got a cold and would likely start coughing. Otherwise, if you are relatively healthy, you can take a deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, and release it. And it might help to put you into a different frame of mind. Also, 10 minutes really isn't that long. In a 24-hour day, you can spare 10 minutes for some quiet time. The thing is, if you take this 10-minute break every day for a while, it will seem to last less and less. In fact, there may come a time when it seems that you only have to close your eyes, and then, seconds later, open them again only to realize you've been sitting quietly for 10 minutes. When I first began to sit quietly, I would set a timer for 10 minutes. That way, I knew I wouldn't spend a lot of time. In the beginning, I kept opening my eyes to see just how long it had been. In those days, 10 minutes seemed to be an hour. It was odd. After a while, I stopped peeking at the timer. Now, sometimes I will set a timer for 2 hours and start writing. 2 hours can sometimes feel like 15 minutes. Time is a funny thing. I used to announce to my husband that I was going to meditate. He would laugh and say, "Have a good nap." So it's better for me if I sit and do a quick meditation. Wait, you say. Yeah, I know. I said sit quietly for 10 minutes. Eventually, you can turn that into a nice meditation. But it's dangerous, you say. Who told you that? I want to know. Everybody knows it, you say. Okay, sitting quietly will help to lower your blood pressure. The way you are arguing with me, I'm betting you have high blood pressure, or at least you are highly strung. Relax a little. But I am not prepared, you say. Have a pencil and some paper next to you. If anything so important occurs to you while you are trying to sit quietly, jot it down. Don't write an article about it. Just one word: shopping, milk, laundry, taxes. Whatever it is that your mind does not want you to forget can be written down with one word. You just have to promise your mind because you wrote it down, you won't forget. Otherwise, I would say there is nothing more that you need. You might take off your wristwatch and lay your glasses aside. You could kick off your shoes if you wanted to. Certainly, turn your phone off or put it in the refrigerator. You do not need a special meditation pillow. They call that a zazu cushion or meditation bench. I'm old and can no longer bend myself, so that I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor, much less sitting in a lotus position. However, there was a time when I could do those things. I think it would be nice to sit on the floor on a nice zazu cushion. Maybe you can get one and tell me how you like it in the comments. Wait a minute, you say. My mind isn't like that. I will argue with you until the cows come home. Yes, your mind is like that. Your mind worries that you will lose your grip. Keep it happy. Write stuff down. In the beginning, when you are learning how to be quiet and take a tiny, short break, your mind doesn't know what you are doing. It worries a lot. Until you can prove to it that you are worthy of a little peace and quiet by writing down whatever is so stinking important that you are interrupted every minute, your mind will remain vigilant. Your mind will try to pester you to death. The thing is, you can't get angry at your mind. Pretend your mind is a 2-year-old. You are the center of this child's universe. Nothing is better for a 2-year-old than to know its mommy or daddy is looking after it, right? When you are on a guided meditation and walking along a path to your destination, you have your mind by your hand. In fact, in this particular meditation, your mind is represented by a 2-year-old, or at least a toddler. You don't yell at babies, right? You have infinite patience and guide them back onto the path even though all they want to do is sit in the dirt at the edge of the sidewalk and play with bugs. So, Keeping in mind that your mind is trying to keep you safe, with your infinite patience, you explain that writing down the important stuff you won't forget helps and goes a long way toward allowing you to sit quietly for 10 minutes. I know there are people out there who boast that they can meditate for hours at a time. Therein can lie trouble, folks. Don't buy into it. I'm talking about short forays into meditation land. The thing is, if you want to do huge chunks of meditation at a time, you also need to consider getting a meditation coach. This person is trained to guide you through the information you are going to be receiving. This is real emotional healing. To heal, it's got to hurt, right? Yeah. So emotional growth without guidance can be disruptive. My thought would be to begin a journal and record your thoughts, not just for meditation or quiet time, but for everything that happens during your day. You will be able to begin seeing patterns eventually. You might realize that you always fight with coworkers. Why? Now's your time to find out. At some point, you might consider undergoing psychological therapy. Why? Hey, 99% of the population is a little neurotic. We just generally find a way to live in the world with our problems, but sometimes those problems become larger and try to bite us in unexpected places. Just saying. The thing is, when the universe sees that you are trying, it will arrange for some help to come your way. Sometimes, it feels like magic. Maybe seeing this video might be a good thing for you. Knowing that personal growth and healing are something we all do might be helpful for you. Discovering there are people out there who will not judge you and will help you work through the things that bother you is good to know. Also, knowing that emotional healing happens over long periods of time is helpful. What happens is you do as much as you want to do. Maybe you think you are healed and don't need therapy anymore. Great. But I'm going to tell you that also, 3 or 4 years down the road, something is going to trigger you and maybe punch you in the face. Something is going to jar you, and you will think that all that time in therapy was a waste of time and didn't work out after all. Oh, but it did work. You're just ready for the next step, that's all. Growing never stops. Personal growth never stops. You are always, with every step you take on a healing journey, growing stronger. Just jump back into some more therapy. It doesn't matter if the same therapist you had before is not available anymore. Take your chances and go with somebody else. What if you don't like them? So, choose another therapist. When was your first date ever going to evolve into a lifelong relationship? Sometimes that happens. More often than not, it does not. What about me? I've had lots of different therapists over the years. It's made me a better human being, a better writer, and a better psychic. I am always careful to tell them I hear voices in my head and that I am a psychic channel. If they have a problem with that, I really want to know up front. Most people don't mind. You learn how to take care of yourself in therapy. It's a long-haul process, but therapy also asks that you sit quietly and look within yourself for the answers. Even when I write, I will spend a minute or two being quiet and opening myself up to the wonders of the universe, seeking inspiration or the best way to organize my thoughts. It makes me happy. I can live with that. I hope I was able to help you today too. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Passing Through. It helps the channel grow, which makes me happy. I will continue to produce content that is available for anybody in the world to see. Written by Pauline Evanosky on a sunny Sunday morning and afternoon in Northern California.